Well, good day, good day, good day, good day. I trust that all is well with you and that you are experiencing God's best. Welcome to day 39 of this Lent realignment journey. Hey, listen, I am so glad that you are taking this journey with me and that you're letting me take the journey with you. And so I trust that you are enjoying and have enjoyed these past 38, now on day 39 of this realignment Lent journey as you get back in line with what God's will and God's way and God's purpose is for you. So let's jump into it today. Day 39. What are we talking about on day 39? We're talking about realignment when it comes to commitment. Aligned commitment. And so I want you to look with me here at Luke chapter 9, verse number 62. Luke chapter 9, verse 62. Yes, I know there are some very long chapters in the New Testament too. And Jesus says unto him, no man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of God. No man having put his hand to the plow and looking back is fit for the kingdom of God. So let me ask you something before we go any further. Are you moving forward or are you just revisiting what God already told you to leave? Are you looking forward or are you just revisiting what God already told you to leave? Because your direction is not about uh, what you start, it's about what you stay committed to. Say it again, your direction is not about what you start, it's about what you stay committed to. So let me start out and say this clearly. Alignment requires a decision. Alignment requires decision. And that's what Jesus is saying here in Luke chapter 9 and 62. When you make your decision, will you stick to it? Jesus paints a clear picture. A person plowing cannot move forward effectively if they keep looking backwards. Yeah, if you're plowing in the field, you can't go in the direction that you're supposed to be going and accomplish effectively what you're supposed to be accomplishing in the order and in the straightness of what you need to accomplish if you keep looking backwards. Understand, forward movement. Forward movement requires forward focus. Say it again. Forward movement requires forward focus. Let's define let's define it so you can live it. Commitment is a settled decision to remain faithful, focused, and aligned with God's will, regardless of distractions, emotions, or opposition. Say it again. Commitment is a settled decision. Have you settled it in your heart and in your mind to remain faithful, focused, and aligned with God's will, regardless of the distractions, emotions, or opposition that come in your life? Because if you have, then you understand commitment is not a feeling, it is a decision. And this is where many people struggle. Many people struggle because what you'll find is commitment eliminates hesitation. Commitment eliminates hesitation. When you're truly committed, you stop negotiating with alternatives. You stop second guessing your direction. When you're truly committed, say truly committed. When you're truly committed, you stop allowing temporary feelings to disrupt permanent decisions. When you're fully committed. But here's where misalignment shows up. Okay. Misalignment is fueled by divided loyalty. In other words, part of you wants God's will, another part of you wants it to be comfortable. Part of you wants to move forward, another part of you keeps looking back. And so you got to understand this is where misalignment is fueled by your divided loyalty. Now, 1 Kings 18 and 21 asks this question. How long will you halt between two opinions? How long will you stay stuck between these two opinions? And that is the tension of a divided commitment. You try to move forward while holding on to what God told you to release. You know, we like to say it's a new season. Well, yeah, it's a new season, but you got to leave the old season in order to obtain the benefits of what the new season has to offer. When you're misaligned, you're divided between these two tensions. You try to step into purpose while remaining attached to your past. Your past is just that. It's no longer where you're supposed to be. It's behind you. And here is where you have to understand that alignment requires you to have a resolve. You got to have a resolve. Hebrews 12:1 tells us to lay aside every weight and the sin that slows us down. Why? So that we can run with endurance. Philippians 3:13-14 reminds us to forget what is behind us and to press forward to what is ahead. Yeah. All of this points to one truth, and that is you cannot move forward effectively if you're still emotionally attached to what is behind you. You can't move forward in your new relationship because you're still holding on to the last relationship, maybe even the one before that. You can't move forward in your current finances because you're still stuck on the bad decisions you made with finances in the past. No, you have to understand you've got to move forward. And if you're going to do it effectively, you have to let go of the emotional attachments from your past. And here is where we take a deeper dive and we look, and I want you to understand this. Commitment is proven over time. Whoa, yeah. Commitment is proven over time. It's not emotional. Commitment is not emotional. Commitment, I'll say again, it's not emotional. Don't let your emotions drive your commitment. No, commitment is intentional. It's on purpose. It's meant to be this way. It shows up in daily decisions. It shows up in consistent habits. It shows up in unwavering focus. Yeah. Commitment is not what you say in a moment. It is what you sustain over time. Yeah. It's not about what's happening right now. It's about what do I consistently do over time? What do I consistently show up for? How do I consistently stay engaged? Commitment is proven over time. I remember years ago, uh, when I had just gotten married. Well, it's probably a couple of years in, and my wife's mother, my mother-in-law, uh, she would say something, baby. Put time behind anything, and then you'll see what it's really all about. You got to put time behind. You have to understand that with commitment, it's the same way. It takes time to prove itself. It takes time to prove itself. So uh, you do not drift into alignment. You decide on it. These past 39 days, that's what we've been doing. We've been making decisions that require commitment that lead us to alignment. Yeah. When it comes to alignment, you don't drift into it, you decide into it. Alignment is not accidental. If the result of repeated intentional decisions uh, is to stay focused on what God has called you to do, then you're going to see things happen. Say it again. It is the result of repeated intentional decisions to stay focused on what God has called you to do so you can see it happen. And here is the shift that I want you to carry with you today. Looking back weakens momentum, but looking forward strengthens purpose. One more time for the person in the back. I know y'all didn't hear back there. Looking back weakens momentum. Looking forward strengthens purpose. One of the events that I love watching, sports that I enjoy watching, is I enjoy watching typically the 4x100 relay races. 4x100 relay races. 4x400 I like, but the 4x100 I really enjoy because it teaches us a very important lesson when it comes to this topic of commitment. Every runner has to run their leg, but they have to have a commitment to trust that what's coming from behind them is not meant for them to focus on. They are supposed to focus on what's ahead of them. So, as the baton is being handed off, the runner who is receiving the baton should not look back. They just need to look forward and prepare to receive what the past, watch this, what the past is giving them to go on ahead. Wow. Yeah. Don't look back to slow you down. Look forward to keep you moving in the right direction. Yeah, you got to do that. Every time you revisit what God told you to leave, you're slowing your progress. Every time you refocus on what God has placed ahead of you, you're strengthening your direction. So here's the question that I want you to sit with today. Where is your life going to lead you when you lock in and commit to what God has shown you? Yeah. Where in your life have you been divided in your commitment? What are you still holding on to that God has asked you to release? Answer that question for me. Let's sit with that. This is not, we haven't got that reflection yet, but that's a good one. That's a good one for you too. What are you revisiting that is slowing your forward movement? Because alignment requires a decision. And guess what? You're the one that's got to make it. I can't make it for you. Spouse can't make it for you. No, you got to make this decision. Am I committing? Am I locking in to what I'm supposed to be doing? Am I going all the way with this? A clear decision, a settled decision. That's what it's time for you to make. You and I, both of us, you cannot carry both your past and your present and your purpose at the same time. Say it again. You cannot carry both your past and your purpose at the same time. You got to make a decision. All right? So, as you get ready to make a decision on that, I want you to know that I'm praying for you consistently. I'm praying for you constantly. That you will be able to get to this place of having the decision settled. Say settled in your mind. So here's what this personal realignment prayer can look like. Lord, strengthen my commitment. Help me release what is behind me. Give me focus for what lies ahead. Remove double-mindedness and doubt from my heart. In Jesus' name, amen. All right. Well, you know what time it is. It's time for reflections and responses. It's time for you to reflect and respond. Here you go. What part of my past am I still holding on to? Again, what part of my past am I still holding on to? Where has my commitment to God's direction been inconsistent? Where has my commitment to God's direction been inconsistent? And what decision do I need to make to move forward fully? Right. What decision do I need to make to move forward fully? So write it down. Sit in that for a moment. Think about it. Reflect on it. Respond to it. And then write, today I choose to realign mine. You fill in the blank. Once you fill in the blank, sign it. Date it. Why? So you'll be able to look back and see the progress that you've made. See the alignment that you're moving into. And see that, hey, I'm walking in God's purpose. Or maybe you see that, you know what? Hey, I got to do better. I got some more things I got to get right. I got to get adjusted. I got a commitment I got to make to me and myself, to me and my family, to my education, to my career. I've got to do that. So, listen, you do that and get ready to watch some good things come into your life. Get ready to watch you overcome some challenges. And hey, I'm rooting for you. So, as we close out day 39, know that, hey, you got it. You can make it. Commitments waiting on you. Don't make it wait too long. Until the next time, you be blessed. We'll see you real soon.